Wednesday morning, Jonesboro, this is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. Partly to mostly sunny, 45 to 50 today, light south winds. Low 40s tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Partly to mostly cloudy Thursday with a chance of a few showers in the low 60s. Clouds, showers, and thunderstorms Friday and Friday night. There might be some severe thunderstorms and the high Friday near 70. Jonesboro, that's your KLEK 102.5 FM weather.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. President Putin's accused Ukraine of playing a dirty game by sending ships towards Russian territory. Investigators in Indonesia say the Lion airplane, which crashed in October, should have been grounded due to not being airworthy. Sri Lanka's Chief of Defence Staff has been arrested on charges of covering up murders during the country's civil war. And the UK government's own economic analysis suggests Britain will be poorer outside the EU than under any type of Brexit deal.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Quavila Jones, and my very special guest today is Miss Destini Lattimore, who is the District Miss Black and Gold for Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about one of your last events as reign as Miss Black and Gold. As the reigning Miss Black and Gold is the Christmas toy drive.
Yes.
And it's for the Children's Hospital.
Arkansas Children's Hospital.
All right, so let's get right into, was this an event that you came in with yourself, or is this an ongoing Alpha event?
This is actually an event that I came up with myself. It was just something that I've always wanted to do, and I felt like since the holiday time was coming up, it's the perfect time to do it. And so I just kind of started planning, reached out to the hospital, and they said that it was a great idea.
That's awesome. Now I want to go through the collection time frame so that anyone who wants to get involved, they still have some time. But please let them know when, where, and all that information.
So I will be collecting toys until December 14th because that is the actual day of the donation drive at Children's Hospital in Little Rock. And you can drop toys off anytime between then here at the KLEK station. Anyone who wants to direct toys to me can actually reach out to me on Facebook. You just look me up, Destini Joy Lattimore, Destiny with an I at the end instead of a Y. And so I'll be collecting toys all the way up until December 14th, and then I will take the toys down to Little Rock for their big donation drive. Okay,
and let's get into, they also sent you information on donation guidelines. Let's discuss why. Well, first let's get into what the Arkansas Children's Hospital is all about, so that people can understand why they have guidelines for the type of toys they can receive.
Okay, perfect. So this is actually a hospital for young children. There are teenagers. It's pretty much up to anybody 18 and under is admitted into this hospital, and it can be for a wide range of things. Some of these children have been in the hospital for months. So the reason that I wanted to do this is because we don't really think about these families who don't get to spend time at home. They don't get to wake up at home on Christmas Day and open toys with their families. So that's really why I decided to do this. And it's basically from babies all the way up until 18-year-olds, and they're treating a wide variety of things at this hospital.
Okay, and I'm sure the children are going to be so thrilled to see you come with all of those gifts, and just with your crown on, and they're like, oh, a real life princess.
I hope so.
Do you have an outfit already planned out?
I don't.
Okay.
I need to start thinking about it.
Yes, you gotta go. When you're going to take all these gifts, you gotta go fabulous and make the kids feel really extra special. They'll love that. All right, so let's get into on the donation guideline list. It says we're unable to allow donors to deliver gifts directly to patients due to issues regarding patient confidentiality, infection control, and security.
Right.
again, these children they're already dealing with a lot, and so they just don't need any and everybody coming in and out of the hospital.
Exactly. And it also would violate their privacy laws and things like that. So we won't actually be delivering the toys to the children. We will be taking them to the hospital, and then they will be dispersed to the children.
Oh, so you won't get to meet the kids?
Unless they come, the kids that come to the festival will get to interact with us, but we won't be able to go to specific hospital rooms and deliver the toys to the kids. But the reason that they have some of the guidelines as far as the types of toys you can bring is so germs are not spread, and you can't bring, we cannot donate used toys, so all of the toys do have to be unused, new toys. Also, toys cannot be gift wrapped, so they have to just be in the package that you purchase them in, and once again, they have to be new and unused.
Okay, and then I see that another thing that people may not even think is important. It says, due to our no solicitation policy, we are not able to accept any items labeled with identifying donor information.
Right.
So no personal contact information, so that the patient can essentially reach back out to you. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's go through, this list is fairly long. I mean, for them to have restrictions, it still seems fairly inclusive. And so they have it broken down by infant, toddler, preschool, and school age, teen, adult, other items, and an outpatient clinic. So let's just kind of go through a few of these items, and so people can get an idea of what they can donate.
Okay. Starting with the infant and toddler items, they are making specific requests for more of these items, so I'm assuming they haven't really received a lot of donations for infants and toddlers. So things like rattles, teething rings, light up or musical toys, baby Einstein toys, those kinds of things. For preschool age, anything Fisher-Price, Play-Doh, Hot Wheels, cars and trucks, plastic animals, or dinosaurs. And they're also making a specific request for teen and adult toys or items, so water bottles, Bluetooth speakers, clock radios, pajamas, those kinds of things. And it is, this list can actually be accessed on the Arkansas Children's Hospital website at archildrens.org.
Okay, so if anyone out there listening, you want to see the complete list, either you can go to Miss Destini's Facebook page. This is Destiny with an I, not a Y. And you can scroll down a little bit and you can see the full wish list, or you can go to the Arkansas Children's Hospital website. So look at the list, print it off, share with friends and family. Make this, if you work for a company or you with an organization, make this a project for your group. It can be something very fun, and it feels good to give back to people who are, I don't want to say less fortunate. In this situation, these individuals are removed from their normal setting, and they're out of their comfort zone, and so anything that helps make you feel a little bit like home, I'm sure is greatly appreciated.
Exactly. And another thing that I think is really important about this event is it's not just you bring the toys and you drop them off and you leave. There's actually a festival where Santa Claus will be there, there'll be music, there'll be food, so you can actually come and have a day with your family, and you're doing a good service for other people.
It's really wonderful. So I can't wait to see the pictures and video clips of you going to the hospital to deliver these toys. And I really hope you get to meet as many kids as possible.
Me too, I hope so.
And maybe have some one-on-one time with some of the parents. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate just seeing someone come down and share the day with them, and just share their kindness and their goodness with them. All right, so let's go into your reign as Miss Black and Gold is coming to an end, and when will it officially end?
So my first title as the Miss Black and Gold representing the Theta Upsilon chapter at Arkansas State will end January 22nd. As when we will host our Miss Black and Gold pageant at the university. And then the district pageant will be early February, where I will pass on that title. So by February, it will be a new queen for both A State and the state.
All right, so let's talk about what you have learned, how your experiences have impacted your life, and what do you see yourself doing going forward?
I have learned so much about myself throughout this process, primarily that one person can make a difference, and I it was really important for me to take this title and do something with it, not just have the title for a year and then pass it on and just wear a pretty crown and do nothing. So I've really learned that one person can make a difference if you try, and even if I just touch one life, that's enough for me. And moving forward, I have still been doing my Beauty Is Me talks at the elementary schools that I've been communicating with, and just taking that really. I will be moving out of the state when I graduate, but my work will not stop. I plan on, hopefully in the long run, making Beauty Is Me a mentorship program for young girls. Not so much as to be a role model, but more so a big sister to these girls. I'm the oldest of 6 children, so the big sister role is not something that is unfamiliar to me. So I'm just used to being that person for other people. So that's kind of my long-term goal, is to make it a mentorship program.
Okay. And when is graduation for you?
It is December 8th.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's coming up very quick.
Yes, I will be there as well. Thank the Lord. It's been a long journey.
It has.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
So for those that, missed your earlier interviews here, tell us a little bit more about Beauty Is Me.
Okay, Beauty Is Me is my campaign that I started when I was crowned. Basically, it is a program where I go and talk to young girls, and we talk about a lot of things that I feel are important for girls to start talking about at a young age.
Okay.
So the definition of beauty, what it means to be beautiful, self-confidence, positive self-talk. These kinds of things are conversations that we need to start having early, because if we ignore those signs when we're younger, by the time that someone's 18, 19, 20, that behavior won't go away. That the negative self-talk or having low self-esteem, those kinds of things are really hard to get rid of once you're an adult.
And let me tell you, it carries over even into 30 and 40 and beyond.
Exactly.
We have seen evidence of adults who we think should have it all together, still struggling with things from their childhood. We don't realize that the seeds that are planted then, how they will manifest later on in life.
Exactly. And unfortunately, you hear so many stories about these young children taking their own lives because they don't see themselves as beautiful, or they're bullied at school, and they don't have the confidence within themselves to just go about their day. And so I just think that it was really important to start something like that, because I know when I was younger, that's what I needed to hear. Those are the things that I needed. I needed someone to tell me that I was beautiful and I was important and I was smart and I could do anything that I wanted. So if I can be that for those little girls, then that's what I will be.
So do you have a website or anywhere that people can look up more information about?
I am working on that. Right now, it's primarily posted to my Facebook or Instagram, but I am working on creating a website, especially since I want this to become a much larger program. But those things will be coming soon.
Okay, that's awesome. And so I know during some of our last talks you mentioned, either starting your own magazine or starting out working for a magazine to get your foot in the door, doing some fashion advice columns and whatnot. Right. So how is that going, and where are you in that process?
Well, I still have my own fashion blog, my own website. I am still considering creating my own magazine one day, but I do have a long-term goal of working for Vogue. So if that opportunity presents itself, then some things may change. But right now I applied for the Savannah College of Art and Design, so I'm waiting to hopefully be accepted into their fashion program, and I will study fashion design and fashion journalism. I'll be pursuing my second undergrad degree.
That is amazing. Go ahead, girl. You're definitely going to be an inspiration for all the young girls that you have come across. They're going to see Miss Destini is really, shining and doing her thing. She's, not just a one-note person. There's multiple facets to who you are and what you are capable of accomplishing. That's really wonderful.
Thank you.
So I am definitely looking forward to seeing, what transpires, after graduation, you moving to, we're going to claim that you're going to be accepted,
Yes, claim it right now.
Just like I'm hoping I get in grad school. I'm like, I don't want to think any other way.
Right, it's going to happen. It'll happen.
Yes, ma'am. So there has been, don't want to forget to mention another event that you hosted, or event initiative that you hosted as reigning Miss Black and Gold, which was a book drive. So, I mean, again, like you said, you didn't want to get a title just to have the title. You wanted to actually put the work in. So tell us more about the book drive.
Okay, I've been working very closely with 2 elementary schools here in Jonesboro, and the one that I did the book drive for was Health and Wellness Elementary School, or Magnet School, and basically last semester was my first semester as Miss Black and Gold, and so I kind of, same kind of thing, the school year was getting ready to end, so I wanted to end it on a big note. And so I did a campus-wide book drive, and I raised over 200 books for the elementary school, and I was able to go and deliver the books with a couple of the alphas, and I did a reading with the kids. So it was just really fun to see, and like some of the kids were like, I want to take this book home with me and all this stuff. So it was just really awesome to see the little things that you can do for people and how it just light up their day.
Yes, ma'am. So do you see yourself after graduation and after your reign, still working with the younger generation, younger population on some level?
I know hope so.
Concerning Your Beauty is Me, will you continue that program in Georgia?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I'm hoping it will kind of bud into something much bigger. I know that I'll have a lot of resources there to make the program grow. So I do plan on taking this with me, and I don't plan on ever stopping working with younger kids, because I think that, especially for kids who look like us, I think it's important for them to have a role model or a friend or someone that they know they can turn to when they need help or they need advice. So I will never stop working with the younger generation.
That's awesome. And I totally agree that representation matters. They need to see more examples of beautiful women, not just beautiful, feature-wise, but beautiful inside and out, that are really doing things that benefit and uplift the community in which you live in. So I am just happy to hear all this great news and looking forward to seeing what comes about. And again, Miss Destiny is hosting a toy drive for the children or the children and families at Arkansas Children's Hospital. So you still have time to get in on that. I want to say good morning to Miss Chelsea Chapman, who says, good morning, Q and Destiny. Such an awesome young woman. So much light and magic.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So again, before we wrap up, tell us again about the Christmas toy drive. Go through some of the guidelines for those that may be just checking in and missed the very beginning. We want to make sure that people are equipped with the right information.
Okay, perfect. So I am hosting a toy drive that benefits Arkansas Children's Hospital in Little Rock. I will be collecting toys until December 14th. Okay. You can drop toys off here at the KLEK station, or if anybody wants to drop their toys off directly with me, they can reach out to me on Facebook. And this is basically just to benefit the children and families who may not be able to spend Christmas Day at home. And there are specific guidelines since we are dealing with ill children. So you have to donate new and unused toys. They cannot be gift wrapped, and we will not actually be delivering them to hospital rooms.
Okay. And one thing we didn't mention before is because many of our patients are on special diet requirements, they can't accept any food. I'm sorry, we have a phone call right quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. That's a toll-free number. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Maybe they'll come back. Okay. Again, going back to the restriction, they're not able to accept any food for the patients. It says, however, volunteer engagement will accept donations of pre-packaged food for family waiting area. So the patients cannot receive any food items, but something that's pre-packaged, unopened, not cooked at home, can be accepted for those in the waiting area. So again, this guideline can be found on the Arkansas Children's Hospital website. Please take a look at the guidelines and the wish list that is broken down by the age group. And then there are some additional items in an outpatient clinic. We never realized simple things that people may want or need during their time away from home.
Right.
Things that we sometimes maybe take for granted. Again, going back to the list for teens and adults, water bottles. Did they tell you any specifics on the types of water bottles?
They did not.
Okay, so it could be the plastic, stainless steel,
right?
The insulated, whatever.
And PJs. We just don't think about these kinds of things. So
yes, I'm sure they get tired of wearing the hospital gowns and the hospital socks, and they
right.
just want something that feels like home. All right, so we want to thank you so very much for joining us today. And again, Miss Destiny will be graduating from Arkansas State University on Saturday, December 8th.
Yes,
so tell
ma'am.
us what your degree is.
I will be receiving my Bachelor of Science degree in Multimedia Journalism with an emphasis in news editorial, and I also have an English minor as well.
Oh, wow. Look, this is a lady with beauty and brains. Like, beauty, she's beautiful on the inside and out. Very, very wonderful to me. I'm happy that I've met you.
Thank you so
along
much.
this journey. Got to know you a little bit along your journey as Miss Black and Gold. So, have you had a chance to have the applications start coming in, or has the process started for the next pageant?
Oh, the process has started. We started practicing and taking girls in September.
Oh, wow.
So right now we are working on getting the show ready. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a fun experience to watch them, a lot of them growing throughout this process, and just like remembering when I was doing it and how I felt at practice and things like that. So it's been a really awesome experience.
That's really amazing. Have you been able to give them a few tips, coaching them along the way?
Oh, of course. And I think that especially since I do hold the title at the university and the state, I can definitely help them and prepare them for every level. So it's a little piece of advice I can give them.
All right. And I know it's too early to tell, but do you see any front runners right now?
Honestly, this group of girls, it could be anyone.
Okay.
They're all so hardworking, and their talents are all so different, and their personalities are all so different, but they're all such great young women, so it could be anybody's game.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Miss Destiny, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And again, if you want to drop off toys, as long as there's a vehicle outside, there's someone in the building, there's an area past the studio that's like a little kitchenette. You can leave the toys with a note on it on the table, and so we'll know to go pick it up. Or you can leave a message in the KLEK's inbox through Facebook, or there's multiple ways to reach someone at KLEK, and we'll make sure to get the toys to Miss Destiny. Please consider helping her out with this initiative. Thank you again for joining us
Thank
today.
you so much for having me.
All right, so after graduation, are you going to take a quick break?
A very brief break.
Okay.
Upon my acceptance, I will actually be starting school in March. So after the pageant in February, I will move all my stuff down, and I'll be starting school the next month.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Now, have you had a chance, we've 30 seconds, I'm sorry.
No, you're
but have
fine.
you had a chance to meet any of the young ladies running on the district level yet?
Not yet, because we don't know until they win at their specific
Okay.
university, so I have not had the chance to meet them.
Alrighty. Well, I will be watching you and see what's going on. So
Thank you.
thank you so much for sharing all this wonderful information. Thank you for your dedication to your community and service to Miss Black and Gold.
Thank you so much.
All right, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening. Today is an abbreviated day, so enjoy All Gospel Wednesday right after the show. And Brother Cobbs will be here at 11 a.m. Hope everyone has a very blessed day, and try to stay warm out there.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working